Oh my goodness. I'm geared up tonight. Must mean I got some news. Not always good, not always bad, but if I could turn back the hands of time, I surely would.
Here to bring you the facts, data, and statistics up close and personal. Letting you decide if it truly is hate or debate.
Pulls off three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good! Wins the game at the buzzer! Oh my God! They know that! Are you kidding me?
What is good, everybody that is out there in the lands, man? And what I mean by the lands, hold on, let me fix my jacket up. Feel a little handicapped, man. Everybody in the land, I mean by everybody that's a 49ers fan that's been watching what's going on and watching how it's going and getting worse. Now, I can see if we have a championship to go with this. We do not have a championship ring to go with what is going on and what we're seeing unfold before our eyes. Now, I will apologize to everybody. I do not have my lighting all the way 100% right yet. I don't have it all the way right yet, but I'm working on it. Everything else is good. Shout out to the sponsors down there at Planet Vapor. I'm going to give them a shout out first because what they've done, one more time, what they've done have went back from 11 different locations in the South Carolina area back to 12 different locations. Also, give me just a second. I got something for you. Just in. We got them in, everybody. We got them in. At the end of today's show, compliments of Planet Vapor. I'm gonna have a promo code, or I got a Fab Five for you guys, and I'm taking on all customers and whoever would like to take that first Planet Vapor bag, as promised. Shout out to them again. 12 different locations in the state of South Carolina. If you can't get to any of those locations, you can always hit them up at www.planet.vapor.com for all your vaping needs, man. Check them out. Also, shout out to Blonde Fury at Fury Bro Studios. Check him out. You already know what time it is with him. Man, come on, man. Some of the dopest music that you'll ever be able to check out. He can do gospel. He can do country. He can do rap. And all of us have seen it. Yes, long pause. Yes, long pause. All of us have seen it. This man has done it all. What more can I say? But all right. Also, shout out to Rock Bottom Davis. I went and checked the building out this past weekend. Man, it's so much love. I got to meet so many people, so many great artists. I got to even check the room out that we will be podcasting from. I was supposed to go by there Sunday, but Saturday was a little bit too live. It was a little bit too live. I blame myself. But down to business and why I have everybody here. There is somebody. We have been hoodwinked. That has been here for 6 seasons. He had 334 receptions, 4,792 receiving yards, 22 receiving touchdowns, 1,142 rushing yards, 20 rushing touchdowns. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying goodbye to Deebo Samuels. Now, for me, it took a while for me to give my take or talk on it at all because I had to let go of the anger of this season and, so much is what's been going on because, like, this isn't the first time he had requested a trade. This is the second time for those that don't know. And whether it's money or whatever it was when it did happen, it doesn't all matter right now. He's not here anymore. And the Rams won't be as respectful anymore because you already know at the times we were victorious over them, it's because he had great games. The Dallas Cowboys, he was key in every one of those games. I mean, the same thing with the Seattle Seahawks. We lost like a major part. It's like the Fridays are over now. We this year have one of the easiest schedules, but it's not going to look like that with so many things that are missing. They're talking about the trimming the fat thing, but bro, the Deebo was, I mean, goodness. They're saying it as if, they did him a favor because he asked to be traded. I mean, I don't see where it makes sense. I'm not mad that Debo's happy. But man, you traded him to the team that Ayuk was ready to go to. How does that feel or make Ayuk feel when that's the guy that he played with and wants to play with and everything? And also with him being possibly on the way out the door, who's to say that Deebo and Ayuk won't end up on the same team over there? Since they're getting Deebo for a fifth round pick, I'm pretty sure they can give something less up and get Ayuk off of their hands just because they got money and they can pick that up right now. I know they'd do it. I know they do it. And that means you got Scary Terry, some help with Deebo and with Ayuk whenever he gets back. And I mean, you saw what JD5 did with what he has. Come on, man. He's not playing. He's not playing. We giving up. And see, here's the thing that's so tough about that. You give him up to somebody that's in the NFC, not just somebody that's in the NFC, but somebody that's up and coming. They were scary this year without him. What do you think they're going to look like with him? What do you think they're going to look like with him? See, and this is one of the things, like last year, if they wouldn't have gave Kyle everything that he wanted and went over John's head and did what they wanted to do, shout out to Grant Cone. He was like Con and Giles. Oops, John and Kyle. Yeah. But letting them do what they wanted to do allowed the upper management to say, well, we gave you that opportunity, but now you hadn't come through on those. But I'm pretty mad about that because it wasn't like Lynch was pulling the plugs on trades that was already being done, and he wasn't behind everything that was going on. That was more of Kyle's type thing. But right now, we're sitting in the middle of all of that. We got players that are getting so much money, nobody else can get paid. And the guys that got all the money basically are older guys. We never invested in our youth or our future because they were in such a win now mode. We can win right now. And after that, then we'll hit that reset button and it'll be okay because but the championship never came. The championship under Kyle's tenure never came. Never came. It never came. You went twice. In what I've seen so far from Brock is you're a little bit better than Jimmy Garoppolo. That's all I've seen. I hadn't seen the things that everybody is pumping up about what you're doing. I love what you do as a quarterback. I love what Jimmy did as a quarterback when we were winning. Just like the same thing with Deebo Samuels. Everybody loved what he was doing when he was winning. When Deebo was out because everybody else was out, they forgot the man had pneumonia this year. Oh, that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, nobody's ever died from pneumonia. I've seen so many broadcasts of people saying that the man, come on, pneumonia, man, I would have played. No, you wouldn't have, man. People have died from it. Vic, what's going on with you, man? I see you, man. But yeah, how is that not taken serious? You remember he's ran off the field with his shoulder limp, like getting hit. Man, the man, when we had no running back, this man took it over and did what he had to do. when we went to the code for the Green Bays, man, y'all got to remember what this man did. Now, I'm not saying pay him by any means. I'll never say that about any player. Pay them off what they did. Pay them off of the potential of what you're seeing them do. But I didn't see anything but an offseason just like this year. He came back last year in great shape, but he had got hurt so early in the season it never got back right. Now, who's the blame for that? I can't put that in the air like it wasn't him, but I can't just sit there and make that seem like everything else that he's already done didn't equal or equate to him getting paid or playing out his contract. I ain't even going to say get paid. He's already been paid. But that's my feelings only because of what he's been through. Now, if you look at the receivers that we have that's coming up next up under him, they're in. I mean, they're gonna be doing some things. Hold on, let me see. Vic was good. Let me see. Vic said, "Yeah, we do. We need something." I mean, you think about it, man. I'm gonna go through the receivers, right? And what we're missing, I mean, we got, if you spread it out, you can make a Deebo. You could draw up something like that because games that he wasn't there, we had to make a way. But the thing is, the dynamic of who he is, and once he is on a roll, being the player that he is. All right. So we got Pearsall. I love his footwork, his hands, his catch radius. All of that looks good. He's a little injury prone, if you ask me, because we didn't really get to see him because of his injuries in the off season, and then the situation that happened with him. You know what I mean? You didn't really get to see it, but I'd say one word for him is potential. If dealing with this right here, he'll get more catches and better opportunities. I think he'll be a good person that'll stand up to him. I watched a lot of his highlight film. I didn't get to see him in college as much as I wanted to, but you already know how it is. If they're playing for your team, you're going to go do your homework. You're going to check on his stats and everything. But yeah. Now, oh man, you already know Vic. Don't play with me, man. Who wouldn't be in denial, man? Yeah, I was denying it. I denied it all the way. I kept denying it. And Boogie was helping me out, telling me, man, don't worry. After the bye week, it didn't look better. After this, it didn't look better. Nothing looked better. Nothing looked better. Nothing looked better. And is getting out of hand out here. And like I said, we got Pearsall looked good. Hands, he's got a good catch rate. He's just a little injury prone, but we can get over that with get him some good weight and nutritionalists, get him back in that gym properly instead of the way that he wants to just sling weights as a young man. Let's go ahead and do this. The sky is the limit for you. It all is going to be on your work ethic. And hopefully rocking that red and gold is going to raise that standard for the things that you got to do. Cowling, I think he's going to get more time. He's a speedster. I mean, he really is, that forward speed. You need that. He's small, but he's very, 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 very fast. The last person that we had that was a speedster like him was Danny Gray, who, God bless him, I'm glad he got out of here. I think he's playing with the Chiefs right now, wherever he is. I think he's with the Eagles. I think he got a ring with the Eagles. I'm sorry. It's either the Eagles or the Chiefs, but I think it's with the Eagles. And if he did, man, shout out to him, man. Shout out to him, man. Way to get out of there, and not just get out of there, it's get out of there in time. And also, we got Isaac Garendo, who's got that great speed, that 220 size frame. He didn't really play that much this year because you know how Kyle is with his young players. If we don't got to do them, and I got these guys, we're locked in. These guys are doing what they're supposed to be doing. No, man. You got to see what everybody is. That way you don't end up in positions where we are right now. That's right. That's right, Vic. That's what it all is. It's a rebuild. And they've said everything. We're retooling. We're resetting. We're rebuilding. And this is the thing. They just raised the prices. They did the same thing that the Dallas Mavericks did in the NBA. They raised the prices and their team got significantly worse. This is things that you can't do because, hey, man, if you want to get your team out of there or you don't, come on, man. The fans pay these bills like that now. Let's be serious. And if you want things to go down kind of bad, then you go ahead and do the way that you're doing right here, man. This just can't be done like this, man. This just can't be done. One more time for them if they didn't see it the first time. That's Vic telling them that's a rebuild, and it has to be a rebuild. I'm looking at the way that we can rebuild is this year's draft. We got is a guy from TCU. He's 222 pounds. He run the 40 in 4.48. He had let me see, 60 catches this year as a wide receiver. Let's see. He had 611 yards catching off of 611 yards off of 60 catches, 6 receiving touchdowns, and also had 51 rushes for 302 rush yards and 2 touchdowns. He's bigger and faster, Deebo, if they wanted to get him. Savion Williams, again from TCU. He's in this year's draft. I mean, it's a couple of people that you can get. We got 11 picks in this draft right here. And I think the way that we pick our people and our players, I think we can hit good as long as these guys got that pressure up under them, which brings me on here. I need y'all in the chat right now to let me know, because, I mean, you know, do y'all think that John and Kyle and John are on the hot seat right now? They've been messing up. They've been doing things. They've been getting the reins, like free reign to do what you want to do. The Yorks they've been so gracious and so thankful. And I mean, oh man, out in the public, letting them know they was appreciative of the things that they were doing. Man, this is crazy. But return on investment, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I've saw what you guys have saw. Y'all let me know in the chat. Do y'all think they need to be in the hot seat for the things that they have not delivered? Because I believe
we have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
And when it costs you $331 million cash last year alone to be hoodwinked, who's paying for that? Who's paying $334 million to go 6-11 when you're supposed to be Super Bowl or bust? $334 million last year, y'all. I'm going to keep saying that because that's how real it was. This isn't a guesstimate. This isn't just if I had the money. No, this is really what it was last year. $334 million. I would have let people go. I would have retooled, revamped. And I bet you I still would have came up with better than $334 million at 6-11. What? Kyle, everybody wants to say you're one of the greatest minds. You are. I said it all year. You look like the guy, the coach on Waterboy that got his playbook taken, and you couldn't come up with anything this year. I was waiting for you to turn it on. There was no turn on switch for you at all. Not one bit of it. What I saw was balling up, getting nervous, trying to blame people, trying to run plays to it and look like these players out here and not you. You were lucky to get Brock. Brock made something out of it. Garoppolo did it first, and he even told you your plays effing suck. He told you this. He told you this.
Bang! Bang! It's good.
Thank you. He told you this. From now on,
Don't you ever talk about me.
Kyle Shanahan, I need you to get right. John Lynch, Hall of Famer, well respected. Yo, do you, bro? Because when it's all said and done, I don't know. Are you leaving with Kyle? Or even if he retires, are you staying to be something long-term with the San Francisco front office? I love what you bring. I love the energy. I love when Devondre Campbell came down there and was doing his thing, you was the first to say something to him from coming up there in the damn press box. Sorry, excuse my language. Newman, what's good with you, brother? Shout out to you, man. Thanks for such a great and beautiful weekend, man. Appreciate you pulling up on the show too, man. Definitely appreciate to you, man. But yeah, next up, I think what? Let's see. Yeah. Like what the title says, who's gonna be out there with Trent Williams with the bump box this year, man? Who's bringing the bump box? Who's bringing the energy? Who's gonna be out there? Who's out there? Who's gonna do it? Is Greenlaw coming back? I don't know. Word on the street is they offered him $10 million. And then say, I know it's free agency, but we'll be the first to let you know, $10 million for a prove it 1 year. Give us 1 year, bruh. Give us 1 year. Let us get some of this money back right. And we got you. We know what you're gonna do. Just make sure you can, you can do that. We got you. We got you. Oh man, you welcome, man, bro. Yeah, you welcome for this weekend, man. I needed it as much as you did, man. It was therapeutic for both of us, man. Yeah, we definitely are, man. We definitely are. And the thing that's so crazy with you being an Atlanta fan, you're seeing exactly the same thing that happened with you guys with the same coach. But he was only a coordinator at the time when he was out there with y'all, man. It's like I like Kyle, but at times I'll be like, man, yo, what in the are you doing out here? You know what I mean? I really need to know, but if you was to ask me and ask for permission on those plays, sometimes I'll be like,
Denied.
I can't even take it, man. I can't take it.
Let him cook. Let him cook now.
I mean, I'm just trying to say the real. I'm just trying to say the real, man. But yeah, in the chat, everybody that's out here watching, whether you TikTok, whether you YouTube, whether you X, whether you Instagram, make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe button, share it to a friend. Y'all check us out on YouTube. We have new playlists. We definitely trying to get that watch time up so we can go ahead and get this partnership up. We're so close to being there. We got the viewers up. We got to get our views on up. And as long as YouTube are accepting and permitting, we are definitely leading that love up. We appreciate everybody on TikTok. We're well over 433K views out there. It is love. This is all shorts on there. We have shorts as well on YouTube. But the last topic before we get out of here, and I need y'all to chime in on this heavy, is now that we got Deebo out of there, his boy, his partner who he spoke up with, who followed in his shoes, who looked like him as well, and all of the drama, having an off season. Do y'all think that Brandon Ayuk is going to get traded as well? Do y'all think Brandon Ayuk is going to get traded as well? I'm going to give y'all a couple seconds to think about it.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
You know what I mean? Now he might be out of there too. Hold up. He ain't got no Deebo.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
I mean, somebody knows something. Somebody knows something. Yeah, man. One thing that I know for sure is this rebuild, it can take a lot longer, but Ayuk, I thought for a while that they was going to trade him last year, and I was fighting so hard for him not to be traded, for him to come back and do what he did and look how he looked and then get hurt after getting all of that money. I'm on the grounds now of if we could get rid of him, go ahead and I'll drive him on out of town, because I'm still mad at how he did this year. And you got exactly what you asked for, and you did all of that holding out, and then to say I would have took less money. You had the opportunity to. You had the opportunity to. Not even here or there. I just had to get a little bit of chat in about this Deebo Samuels thing and this rebuild and how, I mean, come on, man. You got Deebo out of here. We talked about the receivers. The best thing that you got in receivers right now is George Kittle and Juwan Jennings. George Kittle used to be very, very fast. He still has some speed, and he still can beat. He still can't get those catches. Juwan Jennings isn't one of the fastest, but he's going to catch it. He's going to catch it. He does what it takes, and he is going to block. He doesn't take plays off. That's one thing I can say about Deebo that I didn't like at times. He took plays off. I'm not going to tarnish this man's name for what he did for me. I like Deebo. Came from South Carolina. RIP to Big Bro Jimmy. He put me on to, man, yo, we out here. We out here. We out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, all these things, and it leads back to Brock Purdy. They offered him 45. I said not more than 41 cents. And the 45 is being looked at right now is not being signed yet, as if you're better than that. Okay, you go ahead and do it. We still got Tanner Mordecai, and I don't care what nobody says that hasn't seen him do anything, that doesn't think that he can do that. He can do the same thing. He's got a bit stronger of an arm. If you want to play and you want to do that, that's your 1 and your 2 right there. Or you could put Aaron Rodgers in there and you can have Brock as the 1, him as the 2, Tanner as the 3. Or you can swap those 2 guys out any way that you want to do it. Doesn't really matter. But you have a year left on your contract that we can decide to pick up if you don't want to take this money that we're trying to give you. If I was Brock, going from 900,000 a year to 45 million, man, come on, man. And his agent, you're his first agent, well, his first employer to actually will have the opportunity to get as much money as he's going to get. Man, you better take what you can deliver, because as soon as you can get this money, you can be out of the league. Not for long is what the NFL really stands for. You understand where I'm coming from? All right, let's see. We got that out of the way. We got that out of the way. We got a draft out of the way. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we got that out of the way. And last but not least, they were talking about the salary cap because we just signed Deebo. And they were talking about dead money. Deebo saved us $17.5 million, which is okay. But him for a 5th-round pick, yeesh, let's see what we can get for that, man. Shout out to everybody that pulled up on the show tonight. I just had to get a quick rant in, man. This is really, really hard, man. It really is sad for me right now, man. I don't.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
I was talking shit, man, and I'm mad about it. And that won't bring it back, but how do I say goodbye?
Here to bring you the facts, data, and statistics up close and personal. Letting you decide if it truly is hate or debate.
Pulls up 3-pointer.